Good evening. My name is Officer Danielle Durrett, and I'm the Public Information Officer here at the Naugatuck Police Department. As you all know, we are here tonight to provide the community with confirmation that Christopher Francisquini has been apprehended and is currently in police custody. Here with me tonight, we have Naugatuck Police Chief Colin McAllister, Naugatuck Captain Antonio Bastos, Naugatuck Detective Lieutenant Ryan Burns, and representing our federal partners, Supervisory Special Agent of the FBI Violent Crimes Task Force, Joseph Altamari. Chief McAllister will now speak on the events of Francisquini's capture and apprehension.
Thank you for attending this evening. I just want to bring everybody up to speed with what's happened and transpired in the last 28 hours since our press conference that we held in New Haven at FBI headquarters. First of all, I want to acknowledge the community for answering our call for assistance and helping us bring to justice this dangerous fugitive who's a clear threat to our community. It's a direct result of our community, locally as well as statewide, that we've been receiving tips and information, and ultimately led to the information that brought Francisquini into custody today. The background that led to him being taken into custody began earlier today, just shortly after 3 p.m., when a citizen who believed that he recognized a man sitting at the bus station in Waterbury in the area of number 400 Grand Street was in fact Christopher Francisquini. This concerned member of the community made a phone call to law enforcement, alerted Waterbury police that he believed Francisquini was at the bus station, and that resulted in a significant response from the City of Waterbury Police Department. Waterbury police officers arrived, and after establishing a dialogue with Francisquini, ultimately were able to take him into custody without incident. I'm glad to say that at this time no one else was injured as a result of taking in Francisquini to custody. Again, I want to recognize and commend the Waterbury Police Department for their actions earlier today and the tremendous job that they did with this difficult case. Information as well as footage for that arrest is actually going to be released and made available to the community as well as the media on their social media platforms very shortly. So you will have access to the body-worn cameras of those officers as well as dash camera footage of that. I'd also like to take an opportunity to recognize and thank our law enforcement partners who have been working with us nonstop since the original incident occurred on November 18th. I have us here, our federal partners, as well as the Connecticut State Police, the City of Waterbury Police, the New Haven Police Department, and obviously the FBI as well too. It's through us and through working with the community that we're ultimately able to take Francisquini into custody, as well as you, the members of the media, who have been with us at these various updates, monitoring our social media, broadcasting our updates to the community and to the public, and also acknowledging the billboard campaign, which was put forward yesterday and announced at the FBI headquarters in New Haven as well. Lastly, I'd like to thank the men and women of the Naugatuck Police Department. They have been working around the clock since this, the original murder that occurred on November 18th. These officers worked through the holidays. They worked for the past 2 weeks nonstop, driven by their commitment to the cause of bringing justice to baby Camilla. This is something that is carried with them. They are going to continue to carry with them this case probably for the rest of their lives. This is something that isn't going to be forgotten by any members of this agency, just due to the nature of this case and the heinous nature of the crime that was committed against baby Camilla. Our officers feel that this is something that their duty and obligation to act as baby Camilla's voice since she no longer has one. Lastly, I'd like to have my message to address the family. Nothing can ease the pain that the family is experiencing as a result of this tragic loss of their child taken from them far too soon. But we hope that they can breathe easier knowing that this violent criminal has been taken into custody and he's off the streets. He is no longer a threat to the community as well as to those family members. At this point, I would just like to bring forward Agent Altamano, just say a few words himself from our federal partners representing them.
Good evening. My name is Joseph Altamari, Josephaltimari. I'm Supervisory Special Agent at FBI in our Violent Crimes Task Force. We are grateful for our strong relationships with all of our law enforcement partners, and especially proud of the Waterbury Police Department in this instance. This case highlights the value of community members assisting law enforcement in apprehending violent offenders. Thank you.
At this time, I could open up to several questions if you have any.
Because it's such an emotional case, was there a lot of emotion when you brought him into custody? What are you feeling right now?
I think that there's the same feeling that the community has at this point, which is a sense of relief, knowing that this dangerous criminal has been taken into custody and brought off the street.
Was he armed when he was taken into custody?
I'm sorry?
Was he armed?
No.
Is he talking at all to detectives?
I don't want to comment on that active part of the investigation.
Do we have a motive yet as to why?
No. There's still no motive for that, but again, that is also something that's going to be part of our investigation.
Were you also surprised to see him just one city away, one town away?
Despite the fact that we obviously been working with our federal partners, we've also been working with that scenario that he may be very close in one of the neighboring cities, and we've never ruled out that possibility.
Are there more arrests possibly coming as you figure out where he's been, if anyone was harboring?
So this investigation, as far as his movements and his whereabouts for the last 2 weeks, is something that we are still going to be looking into. So we can't rule out that there may be additional arrests if we can determine that somebody was assisting or helping him.
Chief, did you look at his reaction when officers showed up in custody today?
I think that the body cam footage and the in-car camera footage will speak for itself. Again, I want to draw attention to the professionalism of the Waterbury Police Department, of how they took this violent offender into custody without incident.
When the call came in, how long did it take for police to arrive?
My understanding of it was just moments before they were there.
And you said you went up and had a conversation with him. Like, how did that go? They walked up just to verify that was him, or?
Well, they established a dialogue with him, and you'll see that play out in the footage of how that transpired with him. This did come about as a result of somebody who recognized him, who brought this forward.
Is there an idea where he's been this whole time?
Did he change his appearance when you saw him today?
I did personally speak with the community member who provided us with that tip, and he said that he recognized him, although he felt that he has changed in his appearance, but it was still enough that he did recognize him.
Any additional charges that you're expecting to file?
Again, we can't rule out any additional charges.
Next step, presented to court when and where?
Correct. So Francisquini will be presented at Waterbury Superior Court on Monday morning. He also has an outstanding warrant with the City of Waterbury Police for the incident that occurred in the parking lot of a business, that domestic dispute that occurred where he removed his ankle bracelet as well as smashing the telephones. I don't want to comment on the specific judicial aspect of that yet, but...
Can you just walk through the process of bringing him from Waterbury here to Naugatuck, just everything that's gone on since then?
So he was taken into custody by the City of Waterbury Police, transported to their police department. We sent our officers there, and he was taken into custody from Waterbury and transported back here to Naugatuck Police, where it's being held.
Have you spoken to the family since the arrest?
Correct, yes, we did. We spoke to the family, and they were one of the first phone calls we made to notify them that he had been taken into custody.
What was their reaction?
I'd imagine it was specifically just being relieved.
Did you speak to the person who originally made the call?
Yes, I did.
What was that conversation?
It was a community member who's been following social media. They've been following the media coverage of this. It was a local member of our community, and as a result of that, they made that phone call. So I think that's a testament to the media's coverage of this, as well as the public working together with us to help bring Francisquini into custody.
Was there any notion that somebody was helping hide Francisquini or where he's been the past 2 weeks?
And that's something we're going to be looking into.
I'm just glad you got him. The community can be assured he's going to be in custody for a while.
Correct. He's being held on a $5 million bond. His parole status has been revoked. And additionally, he does have a bond on that incident from Waterbury on that warrant. So I want to reassure the community here tonight that he will not be released back out there. He is being held on those charges. And if I could reassure the community and put them at ease that he's not going to be released prior to any of his court proceedings.
Have you had direct communication with the mother of the child?
I personally have not, but we do stay in contact with them, the family, on a near daily basis. That's part of our follow-up as a result of this.
I know you couldn't answer this yesterday, but did you have any other children?
I still don't want to comment specifically on the family dynamic.
Okay.
So tomorrow's her first birthday. Is there anything special that's going to happen that you need to know of?
I know that the community's been rallying around that, and I think that Naugatuck is choosing to mark that occasion in different ways. I think there's numerous examples of that on social media that could address how Naugatuck is going to react to that date tomorrow. All right. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for attending this evening, and again, thank you for your assistance throughout the past several weeks for keeping this in the front of the news. It's ultimately paid dividends in terms of being able to bring Francisquini into custody here and bringing some closure for what was definitely just a horrific and violent case for our community and the overall region in Connecticut. So thank you.